Alright guys, what's going on everybody? Just kind of want to make this video because this question keeps coming up more and more frequently every day it seems like. And the question is, why do I own guns? Why do I feel the need to own guns? Why do I feel the need to, keep guns in and around my house? Is a question that I get asked a lot. Now don't get me wrong, a lot of my friends do own firearms, and a lot of them understand why this, but it's always at least once a week, twice a week, and here recently it's just been more frequently by more and more people ask me, why do you own why do you own guns, why do you go out shooting, and why do you do things of that nature, and it's a simple answer for me, and it's a couple of reasons, but the biggest thing is because it's my right to own a firearm if I choose to. It's my Second Amendment right to own a firearm if I choose and want to own one to protect myself and or my family at any given time. A lot of you know that I went and took the test in the class for my concealed weapons license. Of course, I'm still waiting on that to come in the mail. Hopefully, it won't be too much longer. But especially after a couple of people, we were sitting around one night, and a friend of mine asked me, how did the class go? And I said, oh, it went good. And someone that was with us was like, I've never owned a gun my whole entire life, and I don't see the need in owning one now. And I just don't see the point in it. And to each his own is how I get around that question. I try not to start an argument with anybody because, I don't want to get into that with somebody that doesn't understand that, why people own firearms. I'm a strong believer in being able to protect myself and my family if something was to ever happen. God forbid that I ever have to use a firearm to protect my family, but I like to know that I have that ability at any given time to protect myself and my family again, as if that situation arises. And I have, now don't get me wrong, a lot of this, has to do with, the fact that I grew up around firearms. My grandfather was a police officer, my father was a police officer. You hear me say that time and time again, but that played a, an important role in me understanding firearms and firearm safety was, from my father and my grandfather. It wasn't the fact that I was 4 years old running around with a handgun in my hand, by no means. I can remember the first gun I ever owned was a BB/pellet rifle. My dad took me out in the yard and, shot it a couple of times and showed me the damage it can do, and he, they took the time to show me and how to be safe with the things. Just like the last video you seen me guys, put up was that very first shotgun I ever owned. It wasn't like he just went out there and handed it to me and loaded it up and said pull the trigger. He took the time to show me the safety. And I think too many people in this world today are scared of firearms and don't understand that they're safe. Until you want them to do what they're meant to do. It's not I don't want to carry a gun because it's cool. I don't want to carry a gun because it's the hip thing to do right now. I want to be able to, it all rolls down, it's just one thing. I want to be able to protect myself, my family, be able to protect myself, my wife, if I'm out with, my family. It's a very important thing, and it's not, people don't take into consideration, you have to really think about that when you choose to do that. You make a big decision and you change your lifestyle indefinitely when you choose to own a firearm, and especially to carry one on a day-to-day basis. Now, I've got some family members, and there's nothing wrong with this, I have some family members that could care less about guns. I've got some relatives and stuff, they could care less, they don't need them, they feel that they don't need them, and that, that's what the cops are there for, and, that if something was ever happening, I'll just call the cops. Well, it's just like they say, cops are only minutes away when seconds matter. Like I said, God forbid I ever have to use a gun against someone. This, like I say, it's not something anyone wants to do. It's just something that we take into our hands sometimes, that we feel the need that we're going to protect ourselves, you know, if that was to ever happen. You know, there's been a lot of people putting up videos here lately that I greatly support, that you know, how they're looking at things. Mr. 5.56 put out a video here recently talking about you know, the conditions of carry, and how each and every day he carries. And you know, Crazy 45 Cat talks about, you know, having one in the chamber. I'm a strong believer, and now don't get me wrong, guys, all these guns you see in front of you are safety checked. They're not all, you know, they're not loaded right now. There's not one in any of the cylinders on the revolvers. There's not one in the semi-auto in the chamber. For this reason, I'm making this video. But you know, there's a, you know, my firearm is with me, whether it be in the house or right now, just because I don't have my license to carry. If it's in the glove box of my car, there's going to be one in the chamber, and it's going to be loaded and ready to go, because when that moment arises, I don't want to have to think about trying to take any extra steps to, you know, protect myself or whoever is with me. You know, I don't want to seem like I'm rambling on and on about, you know, the same thing over and over again in this video, but it's just, you know, it really frustrates me sometimes that you know, I have people all the time ask me, well, why do you feel the need that you need to carry a gun on you? You know, and a lot of these people are people that I know on a day-to-day basis. It's not like you know, I'm not going around telling people, oh, hey, I went and got my concealed weapons license. You know, not everybody needs to know this, but this is people that are friends of mine, and, you know, that actually, some of them actually go shooting with me and things like that, and it's, you know, friends of theirs that just happen to be around when someone brought it up. You know, that they're like, well, man, why do you want to carry a gun around you? And it's so funny, because most of my friends conceal carry every day, and a lot of them that have other friends that, you know, when we were out this particular night eating dinner, said something about it, like half the people sitting at the table were concealed carrying. So I mean, it's kind of redundant in a way and funny, but back on subject, guys. Like I say, I just want to share my opinion on this. Like I say, you know, it's a hobby to a certain extent. And I enjoy going out and shooting with my friends and family. I enjoy, you know, the fundamentals of firearms and going out and shooting, perfecting my shots. I'm trying to get more back into shooting and whatnot. For a long time, I got out of it. When I was in high school and college, I kind of got out of it for a while. Took some, you know how it is, you know, you get to that certain age, or other things become of interest to you. So, you know, I kind of got away from it, and I'm getting back into it now. So like I say, guys, you know, I own firearms to protect myself and my family at all times. It's not, you know, something I do because it's cool. It's not because it's, you know, the hip thing to do. Like I say, it's just because it is what it is. You know, it's there for a reason. You know, it's for purpose. It's not just because. So like I say, guys, I'm not going to ramble on anymore about anything. And before anybody asks, there's only a couple of these guns in front of you that are actually mine. A couple of them is actually my father's, and one is actually my mother's. So so if anybody asks, no, these are not all mine. These are family members' handguns that are in the family. So but guys, you know, like I said, I just want to share this with you. I hope I didn't bore you too bad and ramble on too much. But like I say, guys, just want to share my opinion with you. You guys take care, and have a great day.